So we're going to be talking about the Metabolism Boosting Morning Routine. And this is so important for you to do every single day if you can, but at least do one of them. Okay. I want you to really think about what's one of these things as I'm talking about them that you can do tomorrow. Because part of creating a lifestyle isn't overwhelming yourself. It isn't burning yourself out. It's like adding steps every day and creating that new lifestyle, creating those new habits. I am Nagina Abdullah, your host and your guide for you to get your metabolism boosted. Now let's talk about metabolism boosting moment number 1. Now, these are the things you want to do in the morning, right? When you get up, it's nice to have a plan, because when you have a plan, you're not kind of winging it. And whenever you wing it, you're not going to get the results. Whenever you know what you're going to do, your fat is going to shed, you're going to get that boost, you're going to get that burn, you're going to start to see the results so much faster because you know what you're doing every day and you're not leaving it up to chance. So moment number one, I'm so excited about this because so many women have literally transformed their lives simply by doing this moment number 1. And that is to have an infused debloating water every single morning. Now, what you want to do to make an infused debloating water is it's so easy because you just use a few ingredients that are likely in your fridge or that you can quickly go to the produce department and pick up. Okay. So infused debloating water, the one that I really love is so simple. Let me tell you what the recipe is. Okay. So, and I'll tell you the benefits and why you want to do this. So infused debloating water, what you want to do is get a jug of water, a pitcher of water. It's really nice if it's a glass pitcher because it's very beautiful to look at. And you're going to feel like you're at a spa when you're doing this, but yet it's so simple. It's like you're treating yourself with so much love, but it's so easy. You fill up the pitcher of water, about 6 to 8 glasses of water. You then put 1 lemon, you cut it into circles, keep the rind on because it keeps it more firm. And then you add that lemon in there. Next, you want to get a cucumber, cut off the ends, wash it, of course, cut it into circles about 1/2 inch thick, or you can do it as bigger or smaller, whichever one. And then you add that into the water. Now, the next thing that you do is that you take 6 sprigs of mint and you want to muddle that. Muddle that means you take a spoon or you take like a mortar and pestle and you just muddle it because that really brings out the scent of the mint. And that's going to be the benefit. That's going to be where the benefits lie. You put those mint in the water. I'm going to tell you the benefits in a moment, but first I want to give you the instructions. So now what you do is you put this water in the fridge overnight and all of those ingredients are going to infuse into the water. Now, can you imagine waking up, you go to your fridge, you open it, there's a pitcher of water that has lemon, cucumber, and mint in it. All of the flavors have infused in the water. So as you drink, you pour it into a glass. Nice to have a glass so you can see it and see how beautiful it is. This is all part of being mindful in what you're doing, loving every moment of it. But it doesn't have to take time, right? If you're busy, this doesn't have to take time. You can just simply pour it in, admire it for a moment, and then drink it down. And you're going to taste the lemon, the cucumber, the mint. And guess what? You're going to feel so good about yourself. It's like you're treating yourself with love and with care. And really, slimming down is all about treating yourself with love, not hating on yourself anymore, not telling yourself that you're not doing things right, not getting mad at your body, but just loving what you're doing for yourself every day. Because guess what? You're going to do it more when you're positive about the journey, right? Okay, so let me know some of the questions you have about my instructions, but I want you to listen to the benefits because they're mind-blowing. So now the reason that I want you to put the water in is because water is one of the core things that we need so that our system is working well, that everything is moving around so that we're not dehydrated, which also creates lack of nutrients in our body. You're not able to transport everything in the right way. So we really want to make sure we're drinking the right amount of water during the day. But sometimes drinking water may feel like it's laborious or like you're doing the same thing over and over. And that's why we want to make it taste a little bit unique sometimes too. But if you're going to make it taste unique, it's nice to get some extra weight loss benefits. So now what lemon does is that lemon has natural detoxifying elements to it. And that's because it is more acidic. And so it really helps to cleanse the toxins in your body, helping to create some anti-inflammation, helping just to push things out and really do like a natural daily detox just from that lemon water. Okay. If you had nothing else and you only put lemon in it, that would be great too. The other thing that I want you to do is to put a cucumber. Now, the cucumber is 95% water, so it's very hydrating. That means that it is going to actually help you get more hydration. Many experts share that if you drink water naked or you drink water alone, you're not actually hydrating yourself. In fact, sometimes you're just washing the minerals out of your body if you're drinking too much water. The best way to really take water in is through vegetables, is through fruit, and is through foods that have a charge. And I'll tell you how to get that charge if you just want to have a glass of water in a moment. Hydration isn't as simple as just drinking 64 ounces of water a day, which actually isn't even enough. You could drink more than that, but it's actually eating foods or consuming foods that have water in them, because that helps you hydrate further and it helps your body absorb the ingredients from the water. But so that cucumber, not only can you pour it in your water, but you can actually eat the cucumber, as you're drinking it or after you're done drinking it, because that's really helping you get more hydrated. And hydration is going to help you just flush out toxins and really help you with your overall weight loss. Now, the mint is amazing because the scent of mint has been proven through many studies to make your sugar cravings disappear. So they really decrease your sugar cravings, and they also help you prevent overeating. So when you have this in the morning, then you have more control over what you're eating, and then you're going to eat what you need, because I do want you to eat. Eating more is really important. But then what's going to happen is that you are going to no longer crave additional foods that are putting you into the overeating category. Let me know if you have any questions about the infused debloating water. It sounds like you're listening so intently, and so I love it so much. So the infused debloating water is amazing. Now, I do want to let you know that you can have this at room temperature. If you don't want to have cold water, if it's getting cold in your area and you don't feel like doing that, you can just put it out on the counter. If you like warm water, you can warm it up. That's no problem. And then I also want to share one more little tip with you, which is if you are drinking water later in the day, you can drink this again later in the day. If you run out of water, you can refill it once. But then after that, all the ingredients are not going to really give off that infused taste as much anymore. So you can just switch it out. Usually, if you only have that one glass of water a day, it is going to last you for 4 to 5 days. You want to try to drink it within 4 to 5 days, because otherwise all of the ingredients will not be as fresh. And so that's kind of a tip for you. The other thing is, if you're having water by itself, I want you to add a sprinkle of salt in your water. Sea salt is the best, and that's because it gives your water a charge, and that it's going to absorb into your body, and you're really going to become hydrated more quickly if you do that. In fact, I have one of these. This is 32 ounces. Two of these is 64 ounces. But what's even better is if you can drink 3 of them, and if each of them has salt, or if it has low sugar electrolytes in it. Okay. But the thing is, if you get your glass in the morning, and maybe you could even fill one of these up with an infused debloating water, that's going to solve everything, because it has the cucumber and it has the mint, it has the lemon. It's like natural infusion, natural charge that's going to absorb more quickly. Okay. You can drink the water definitely more than once a day. You can drink it as much as you want. But I definitely want you to have at least 1 glass in the morning, and you can just have 1 glass, meaning 8 ounces, and be done. If you want, you can fill up your water bottle with it and drink that, and then fill it back up with water that has a little touch of salt in it. And that would be great. But I want you to have at least 1. You don't have to feel like you need to have more, but yes, you can have more than that as well. And so, yes, there's absolutely an alternative to lemons. You don't have to use these exact ingredients. You could leave the lemons out. Instead of lemon, you could put apple cider vinegar in there. Okay. Or you could just put white vinegar in there, because vinegar has more acidity as well. And that's the main reason that I want you to have the lemon, because that's helping to detox your body. You're going to feel that detox happening. Literally, women who have this infused debloating water, they're like, I can feel my stomach contracting. I can feel my cravings disappearing. It's like, it changes things. So that was moment number 1. Let's talk about moment number 2. I'm so excited about that. And I hope you see all the value you're getting every single day. All right. That was just one part. Okay. So moment number 2. So if you drink coffee or tea, I want you to add cinnamon to your coffee or tea instead of adding an artificial sweetener, instead of adding sugar, definitely, or instead of adding anything else that's giving you that sweetness. So this is because cinnamon is one of the best things that you can add that is actually totally natural. And not only does it prevent your insulin from spiking, which let me just take a moment and let you know what that means. When you add sugar, it spikes your blood sugar. Your blood sugar goes up. So that means sugar in your blood is higher. When sugar in your blood is above a certain level that it gets to when you add sugar or anything sugary, then you have this hormone released called insulin. And insulin is released and it takes that sugar out of your blood and it stores it in your fat cells. And when we are in peri and menopause, it is more likely storing that in our belly. And so this blood sugar is very important to manage and to keep at a lower point and keep it even. You don't want to keep spiking it and making it go up and down, because every time you're doing that, you're losing energy, you're gaining weight, you're losing energy. We want to keep you stable. This is a core foundation to you losing weight. When you add cinnamon, what happens is that it gives you that sweetness that you want, but then at the same time, you're not having your insulin spiked and you're not storing that fat, but you're still getting that sweetness. So that's really, really important. So what you want to do is just add a sprinkle or a pinch to your coffee or your tea. And if you don't drink coffee or tea, you could put it on top of any fruit that you're having, or you could put it somewhere in your breakfast. Add some cinnamon, because what cinnamon does is not only does it prevent blood sugar spikes, but it actually lowers your blood sugar. And our blood sugar is maybe spiking a little bit from some of the other foods that we're eating. So it brings it down and makes you more even. And when your blood sugar is even, that's when your metabolism can actually increase, because you're not going up and down and your body's not disrupted by having to process the sugar that you're bringing in. Okay. Let me know if this makes sense, because this is really key. This is the science behind why this works. Artificial sweeteners are not going to solve your problem of weight loss. Now, artificial sweeteners, they don't spike your insulin. They don't have calories. But the thing is that they are causing your brain to be addicted to that sharp flavor of sweet. When your brain is addicted, it's like your brain is looking for that feeling of satisfaction in all the foods that you eat. And so it's even hard for you to eat vegetables because they're not sweet. And I want to clear and detox your body out so that you're going to want to eat vegetables, so that you want to eat foods that are good for your gut, because otherwise you're going to be addicted from your brain and your brain's going to be looking for that. But cinnamon is a gentler form of sweet and it doesn't create that sharpness. And so that's why I want you to have cinnamon. Okay. So cinnamon in your coffee or your tea. I love having cinnamon. In fact, I even bring a mini cinnamon with me in my purse so that if I happen to be in a place where they don't have that option, I can absolutely just add it on. And it's so awesome. So that is moment number 2. All right. So now moment number 3 is going to be action packed. So get your pencils ready, because there's a lot here. There's a lot here. This is actually the part that you can't skip at all. You got to do what I'm saying right now. And that is to have a protein more breakfast. The protein more breakfast is so incredibly important, because this is where you are going to start directly increasing your metabolism. Like before, we're working on debloating, we're working on getting rid of your sugar cravings, we're working on detoxing, but this is where you're going to be boosting your metabolism. And that is so incredibly important. So what I want you to do is, first of all, it's really important for you to have a breakfast. I have so many girlfriends and so many people when I first start working with them that they just skip breakfast because they want to eat less. They've been taught to eat less, that eating less will make them lose weight. They don't have time, or they're not making time. They don't know what to eat. What you want to do is you definitely want to have that protein more. What protein more means is that you want to have more protein than you're usually having. But let me give you an actual number. I want you to have at least 30 grams of protein in your breakfast, 30 grams. And I'm going to tell you 3 ways to get it. I'm going to tell you a cooking way. I'm going to tell you a no cooking way. And I'm also going to tell you a vegan and vegetarian way. All of them are like intermixed. So no matter if you have time, if you don't have time, if you're vegan, if you're vegetarian, you're going to have some answers here. Okay. And so I'm going to give you 3 breakfasts, and you can choose one of them. You can choose 2 of them depending on what it is. Okay. So the first breakfast is an egg breakfast for those of you that eat eggs. Now, eggs is a really easy way to get your protein in the morning. Guess what? Who can guess protein is in 1 egg? Who can guess? And I want to hear your thoughts real quick. Well, guess what? Everybody who said 6 grams is right. 6 grams of protein in 1 egg. So what does that mean? If you're someone that's trying to be healthy and you're having 2 eggs, you're only getting 12 grams of protein. That is less than half of what's going to actually get your metabolism up. And guess what else is going to happen? You're going to feel hungry and you're going to have cravings mid-morning for something that is sugary and high carb, which is going to break down to sugar. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to have those 2 eggs, but I also want you to add in a cup of liquid egg whites. So every 4th cup of liquid egg whites is 5 grams of protein. So if you add in 4/4 or 1 cup, you're going to get 20 grams of protein. Add that to the 2 eggs, which is the 12 grams of protein. 20 plus 12 is 32 grams of protein. And if you have that along with what I'm going to teach you to have on the side, you are going to be so satisfied. Your body's going to be like, thank you. Thank you. Your muscles, your bones, your everything in your body is needing that. And when you don't give your body protein, what happens is that your body starts craving other foods, especially sugar. Okay. So I want you to make sure that you have 30 grams of protein. So with the 2, you can either do 2 eggs and a cup of egg whites. I'll give you some other combinations as well. And all it is going to be is like a big scramble. You can make it anyway. I like to make mine where I have sunny side up on my eggs and all the egg whites are like all around it. Usually what I do is I put the egg whites in first because they cook the eggs. I like to have them like a little bit over easy, kind of easy, like they're a little bit runny. So I let the egg whites cook. Then I add the, for 30 seconds. Then I add the 2 eggs on. Sometimes I sometimes I cover it for a moment and then all the eggs cook, but the egg yolks are like a little bit like that. Like I like it and I love that. Sometimes I make it super easy. I just make it into a scramble. But you can also do 2 hard-boiled eggs and then you can do a cup of egg whites. You could do it like that. There's every way. Any way is fine. Okay. So, but I want you to think about, okay, how am I adding up to 30 grams of protein using each egg is only 6 grams? The reason I don't want you to have more than 2 eggs is because eggs have healthy fats in it and they have cholesterol that we do need. But if you eat more than 2 eggs a day, then that really pushes your cholesterol levels up. And that's something that we are naturally facing in perimenopause and menopause is our cholesterol is going up, not because we're actually eating unhealthy, but because our body is changing and because of the hormone changes, it creates more cholesterol. Our doctors don't know this. So they keep telling us that your cholesterol is high. They tell you, oh, stop eating fatty foods or stop eating fried foods. And you're not even eating those really, or maybe you're eating them a little bit and you think it's your fault, but it's not because it's actually that your body's changed. But the reason that we don't want to eat more than 2 eggs is because you don't want to have too much cholesterol and you don't want to have too many fats. You want to have the right amount of fats. Okay. So that's why we want to complement it with egg whites, which are lean sources of protein that have no fat, no cholesterol. They literally just have protein in it. What you could do with that egg breakfast is that you could do a side of berries. Okay. So you could do a side of berries. So you put a side of berries and you could do like a 1/2 cup to a cup of berries. You could also, and the reason I say berries is because those are low sugar fruit. So you do the berries, then you could alternatively do 2 tangerines because those are not as high sugar. You could also do 1/2 an apple or 1/2 a pear. A full apple or pear is going to be high sugar. So I really want you to have it to that 1/2 amount. Okay. Now this grab and go breakfast is so amazing. In fact, my clients use it and it's the most popular way to really jumpstart your metabolism in such an easy way and fit into your life if you have a busy life. So what I want you to do is, so this is a metabolism boosting morning smoothie. A metabolism boosting morning smoothie. I'm going to give you one recipe. I'm going to share what that recipe is. So make sure you write this down if this is interesting for you to have a smoothie. A metabolism boosting morning smoothie. Here's the thing you want to make sure you add: protein. Here's the thing you don't only want to add: fruit. Okay. If you only add fruit without complementing it with protein, your blood sugar will rise and you will be creating belly fat. And there's really no point of you having that smoothie just because you're having like blended up fruit. That's not going to help you. It's better than eating a donut, but we're not there. I want you to optimize your health. Like if you're here because you want to be the best version of yourself, we're not talking about you being okay. Most of you are already healthy and that's why you're following me. Most women are already trying, like they already know what all the things. It's not like you're eating unhealthy, but you're just not sure how to connect all the dots and like what's right and what's wrong. So that's where I come in. I'm going to help you. If you're a smart woman, if you're an educated woman and you want to really know the real scientific information and you're already healthy, stick with me. me. Okay. I'm going to help you get even better. All right. So what I want you to do, here's a recipe for a metabolism boosting smoothie. In fact, this one I call my metabolism boosting mint and berry smoothie. You can swap out some of these things. I'm just going to tell you one idea for it, and then I'll tell you how you can get more ideas. So what you want to do is start with a non-dairy milk. That could mean water, which I personally use, or you could use almond milk. You could use a unsweetened coconut milk. You could use cashew milk, but I don't want you to use regular milk because regular milk has lactose in it. Lactose, a lot of people are lactose intolerant, even if you don't realize it. And it is extra sugar. And so you are creating more inefficiencies in your body and often blocking your weight loss when you're having a lot of dairy. Have a non-dairy milk or water. Then what I want you to do is, number one, add a protein powder, okay? A protein powder that has anywhere from 25 to 30 grams of protein in it. There are a lot of great protein powders out there. There's so many out there that I can't share only one, but I do have some ones that I recommend. And the main thing I want you to look for is low sugar, low carbs, and low fat, and also healthy ingredients in your protein powder, because we don't need to get our fat and our sugar in our protein, right? Let's get that from other places that are more fun. Let's get our protein from our protein. So protein powder, that's going to give you the 25 to 30 grams of protein. Then I want you to add half cup of berries. A lot of people love to have strawberries. I like to use frozen berries so that they don't go bad. And then they also add an icy texture. So it's like a milkshake. So you add that. And then you also can add a cup of spinach, because then you're getting your greens, you're getting so many vitamins and nutrients. And when you blend it with these other ingredients, you're not even going to taste it. And it's going to give you so much energy. This is how you start to transform your gut biome, by giving your body more vegetables, and then your body starts wanting more vegetables. So imagine you're setting up the staircase for everything to get easier for you and for you just to slide down your weight loss journey. Okay. So you just got to add a little bit of greens, make sure you're adding the protein. The strawberries are more for flavor, but they also have fiber in it. But then the other thing I want you to do is add what I call my secret ingredient. This is what a lot of people may not know to add, and that's 2 tablespoons of flaxseed. And flaxseed is a fiber-rich ingredient. It also has a little bit of healthy fats, and fiber is really going to work together with the protein along with its own healthy fats to keep you full for longer. It's like a scientific, magical combination. And then finally, I want you to add 6 sprigs of mint if you have that, meaning 6 leaves. If you have it, if you don't have it, it's okay. But that just adds that nicer flavor, and it helps you prevent any sugar cravings that would come up. So that's the Metabolism Boosting Mint and Berry Smoothie. In any smoothie that you're having, you can use the ingredients that I'm sharing, but you can swap it. You can swap the veggie for a veggie, a fruit for a fruit, a protein. You could also use Greek yogurt if you don't want to use protein powder. That's another really good protein option that you could use. Third breakfast is a grab and go breakfast. And this is for you to have Greek yogurt. There's a really good brand called Oikos 20 that has 20 grams protein. So you have that, you have a half cup of berries. You can sprinkle some walnuts on it, or some pecans, or some nuts, or some, almonds that are crushed. To give you some healthy fats. And so the healthy fats, the healthy proteins, the fiber from the berries, it's all going to work together to give you that protein. It doesn't quite reach to 30 grams of protein. So what you could do is you could have 1 or 2 hard-boiled eggs on the side. You could have some egg whites on the side, or you could use some collagen and mix that into your Greek yogurt, or use half a scoop of protein powder and mix that into your Greek yogurt. Now, one combination I want to share with you, if you did your 2 eggs and you didn't want to have egg whites, you could also have a Greek yogurt on the side, because that Greek yogurt is 20 grams of protein. So it's going to help, and it doesn't have too much fat in it. So it's going to combine with the eggs, and that's another combo that you could do. And if you don't want to have Greek yogurt, or if you prefer, you can also have cottage cheese. I prefer 1% cottage cheese. I find that it has more protein in it. And I love the brand called that's called Good Culture. It's very, very amazing. So let me just recap those quick 3 breakfasts. And then I still have moment number 4, which is amazing. Those breakfasts are 2 eggs with a half cup of egg, or with a cup of egg whites, as well as a half cup of berries, or any other low sugar fruit, which I gave options for. Number 2 is a metabolism boosting morning smoothie. And I gave you my recipe for the mint and berry morning smoothie. And you'll also be getting my carrot cake smoothie. Third one is Greek yogurt or cottage cheese with a half cup of berries, as well as a crushed chopped nuts. I really want you to have 2 tablespoons of those nuts and not more than that. Those are the 3 options. What I want to do is I want to share my final a metabolism boosting moment with you. The moment number 4 is to have an anti-inflammatory boost. And this is to really take your metabolism boosting breakfast to the next level, because first of all the foods that I share with you are anti-inflammatory, but you really want to make sure you're getting that anti-inflammatory food in your breakfast, because it's helping you depuff your face, debloat your stomach. It's helping release and reduce any joint pain. Anti-inflammation is also reducing so much inflammation that in midlife we start to have. Sometimes it's from things like thyroid or other autoimmune conditions that actually start more often in midlife. And that's why having more anti-inflammatory foods, or only anti-inflammatory foods, is so key, because a lot of times you're holding weight that's water or inflammation. And so we really want to bring that inflammation down. Okay. So one easy way to add an anti-inflammatory boost, I want you to add that somewhere in your breakfast routine. So one really great way to add an anti-inflammatory boost is to use the spice turmeric. Now, turmeric is a golden yellow color that's very mild in flavor. And what you can do is you can take just a half teaspoon and you can add it to your eggs, because it's yellow anyway, so it blends so nicely with your eggs and you can't really taste it. It's an earthy flavor that's very, very mild. It's not spicy at all. And definitely have some black pepper on your egg, because black pepper helps compound in turmeric absorb in your body 2000% more. Now, you can also use turmeric in your smoothie. That's another way to get it in. But other anti-inflammatory foods are blueberries, ginger, spinach. Those are all things that I've already talked mostly about most of those. And so you want to add those into your breakfast. I want to let you know that I am doing complimentary connect calls for those of you that really want to find a solution and you want to talk with me more about what may be available, how I may be able to help you. We will talk about your goals and your challenges, and then I'll share some ideas, or we'll set up another call where we can talk further about ways that you can overcome where you're at. Okay. And so by doing that, all you got to do is go to masalabody.com/apply. All right. And you're going to, after you pick your time, try to pick it today or tomorrow. Right after you book your time, there's going to be a survey that comes up. I want you to make sure you fill out that survey, because it's mandatory to have the call so that I know more about you and I can use both of our times more wisely. Quick summary. And this is also going to be on the replay page, so you can go and watch it again, watch things more. So moment number 1 is to have your infused debloating water. Moment number 2 is to have your cinnamon with your coffee, tea, or another part of your breakfast so you can lower your blood sugar. Moment number 3 is to have a protein more breakfast. And moment number 4 is to have the anti-inflammatory boost. And I would love for you to like and subscribe so that you can hear the rest of my videos that I come out with. I'm sharing so much information, all for free for you, right here on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much.